Ever wondered how much those smiling faces in TV commercials actually rake in for selling toothpaste, burgers, or insurance in 30 seconds flat? Spoiler, it's not pocket change. From local ads paying a few $100 to national campaigns that can net actors tens of thousands, sometimes even six figures, this world is full of surprises. If you're in a union gig, every time your ad airs, you get paid again. That's called residuals, and it's the golden goose of commercial advertising. A single fast food spot airing hundreds of times could mean a $100,000 payday. But it's not all glitz. Non-union actors often settle for flat fees with no extras, and exclusivity clauses can block you from other gigs. Fame matters too. Celebrities can command millions for a single campaign, while newcomers hustle for visibility. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just curious, buckle up, because the business behind those 30-second smiles is anything but simple. Let's dive into the real numbers behind the screen. Isaiah Mustafa, Old Spice guy. Isaiah Mustafa was born in the 11th of February 1974 in the city of Portland, Oregon. After giving up football in the early 2000s, he relocated to Los Angeles in order to pursue a career in acting. In order to provide for himself, he took a number of jobs, including those of a trainer, waiter, and bouncer. He began by enrolling in acting classes and eventually began to land tiny gigs. In 2009, he was sought out by Wieden & Kennedy, the advertising agency that was responsible for Old Spice, for a commercial campaign audition. It was his classy screen presence, his deep and commanding voice, his comedic timing, and his confidence in front of the camera that led to his selection. Once it was broadcast during the Super Bowl in 2010, the advertisement rapidly became quite popular on YouTube. While riding a horse, Isaiah appeared shirtless and delivered a monologue that was both hilarious and self-assured. Within the first few weeks, the number of views rose to more than 50 million. There were dozens of follow-up advertisements, tailored answer videos to fans and celebrities, and he eventually became a favorite on late-night talk shows and a meme in popular culture. He reprised the character in all of these. It's estimated that the initial commercial pricing for the first shoot was anywhere between $47,000 and $60,000. National advertisements cost between $89 and $200 or more per broadcast, and the total income is expected to be between $500,000 and $1 million annually. From 2010 until about 2015, Isaiah continued to serve as the face of Old Spice, and it's estimated that he made more than $5 million in total profits during that time. This advertisement went on to become one of the most famous advertising campaigns of the 20th century. Jonathan Goldsmith, the most interesting man in the world, Dos Equis. On September 26, 1938, Jonathan Goldsmith was born in the Bronx, which is located in New York. He relocated to Los Angeles in the 1960s with the intention of pursuing a career in acting. In subsequent years, he switched his stage name to Jonathan Lippy for a short time in order to receive stage credits. He also got over 350 guest starring appearances in television shows, such as Bonanza. In the 1980s, Goldsmith retired from the entertainment industry because he was fed up with being typecast and having irregular income. He established his own business consultancy and network marketing firm, which specializes in providing assistance to high-level executives with image and communication aspects. In 2006, he was in his late 60s and he tried out for a commercial for a beer. The role of the most interesting man in the world was a role that Dos Equis was looking for someone to play. It was requested of Jonathan that he improvise a monologue that would conclude with the phrase, "And that's how I arm wrestled Fidel Castro." The casting directors were taken aback by Goldsmith's short, unplanned story that lasted for 8 minutes and featured his comedic delivery. Out of more than 500 actors, he was selected to play the role. When the campaign was first introduced in 2007, it featured the now famous statement, "I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis." His portrayal of a worldly gentleman who engaged in incredible activities such as wrestling bears and saving lives in far-flung locations was remarkable. The first several years of the Dos Equis project saw a 22% increase in sales. One of the most successful advertising campaigns in the history of beer was the one that was run. Billboards, social media, television, and print advertisements were just some of the places where Goldsmith was featured. Based on his alleged annual revenue of $1 million to $2 million from Dos Equis advertisements and total campaign that lasted for around 9 years, His projected total earnings were $8 to $10 million or more. A base advertising campaign, recurring residuals, brand appearances, and endorsements were the sources of income for the company. Terry Crews, Old Spice guy number 2. To be more specific, Terry Crews was first born in Flint, Michigan, on the 31st of July in the year 1968. In 1997, the same year that he decided to give up playing football, he made the decision to pursue acting as a full-time job. Young Boys Incorporated, 1999, an independent film, was the first major project that came to his attention as a co-writer and co-producer. It was also the film that propelled him to popularity. Crews was brought in as an alternative that was louder, more explosive, and packed with action. This was done because the Old Spice had already found success with Isaiah Mustafa in the year 2010. His series was shown at the same time as Mustafa's, and he went on to follow in his footsteps later on. 2010 was the year when he made his first appearance in the public eye with the advertising for Old Spice Odor Blocker Body Wash, breaking the fourth wall, roaring every word, popping pecs in time, leaping cuts, outrageous humor, and a high-octane tone were some of the things that made him particularly famous. In addition to that, he was famous for saying every sentence. Instantaneously, Crews became incredibly popular in advertising such as Double Explosion Power and Muscle Music 2012, in which he played musical instruments by flexing his muscles while attached to electrodes. These advertisements were extremely successful. Other statements that might easily become memes were included in each and every advertisement. His advertisements became the subject of several parodies and remixes on the internet, which were widely disseminated due to their popularity. Both a GIF meme and an icon for ads, Terry was a popular figure. It was anticipated that the original commercial cost would fall somewhere in the range of $50,000 to $100,000 for each ad. However, his income grew dramatically as a result of the viral success and longevity of the campaign. His entire income was estimated to be more than $6 million for the time being. Milana Vayntrub, Lily from AT&T. On March 8, 1987, Milana Vayntrub was born into this world. Through her youth and early career, she was able to get more comfortable in front of the camera, which spurred her interest in the entertainment industry. In 1999, she participated in a number of commercials and in modest roles throughout her childhood. Due to the fact that the Let's Talk About Something More Interesting series, which features guests such as Bob Odenkirk and Matt Damon, she received a great amount of notice in the latter year of 2007. Through her success on the internet, she was able to attract the attention of casting directors and grow her fan following. She was cast in the role of Lily Adams, a funny and helpful AT&T shop representative in a nationwide advertising campaign in the year 2013. In the beginning, it was just a single advertisement spot. Nevertheless, as a result of widespread public approval, she became the face of AT&T. In 2013, she appeared in more than 40 ads, which helped to establish Lily as a well-known figure. Comedic timing and a friendly, approachable personality were two of Milana's most recognizable qualities. It's estimated that she made between $500,000 to over $1 million during this time period, in addition to residuals. After the year 2016, she decided to take a vacation from the AT&T Lily character in order to concentrate on acting, directing, activism, independent projects, and voice work. Due to the fact that Lily had become a well-known commercial character, her absence sparked viewers' interest in her potential return. In the year 2020, she reprised her role as Lily in new advertisements directed by AT&T that addressed the COVID-19 epidemic. Due to health standards, a significant number of advertisements were shot remotely or with a small crew. In order to contribute to the development of the new campaign style, Milana took on a creative and directorial role. Commercials centered on concepts like connecting, learning at a distance, and providing support virtually. Dean Winters, Allstate Mayhem Guy. According to records, Dean Winters was born in New York on July 20th, 1964. Within the year 1998, he made appearances in television series such as Law & Order, as well as in cinema roles such as John Wick in 2014 and other films. An uncommon bacterial infection struck Dean in the middle of 2019, causing him to experience cardiac arrest and requiring him to spend several weeks in the hospital. In addition to having to relearn how to walk, he had to undergo procedures that resulted in the amputation of 2 toes and half of his thumb. He was chosen to play the role of Mayhem, the personification of mishaps and disasters, for advertisements for Allstate that were made by Leo Burnett in the year 2010. After only 1 year, 63% of customers identified Mayhem as being linked with Allstate, making it the third most recognizable insurance advertisement figure. With each advertisement being shown hundreds of times across a variety of media, he made approximately $4,750 for each airing. His Allstate earnings were anticipated to range from $500,000 to over $1 million annually, with the possibility of reaching up to $4 million annually during peak years. This was due to residuals, exclusivity clauses, and his tenure in the industry. In the years 2023 and 2024, his estimated net worth is somewhere between $6 and $8 million. While also performing in television series such as Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Battle Creek, he continued to play the role of Mayhem on a regular scheduled basis. The unique performance that Dean gives in commercials is frequently referred to as physical and humorous brilliance, which helps to make the advertisements memorable and enjoyable. A cultural icon of advertising, Mayhem was frequently featured in advertisements for insurance companies and among the most prominent spokespeople for brands. Dean's presentation of humorous energy, unpredictability, and memorable one-liners contributed significantly to the popularity of the campaign, making him a main driver behind its success. Adam Devine, Captain Morgan, Chief Party Officer. Adam Devine made history when he became the first rum brand partner to assume the post of Chief Party Officer, or CPO, after being officially named to the position by Captain Morgan in August or September of 2018. It was necessary for Devine to not only participate in advertising, but also to actively contribute in the formulation of campaign themes and content in order to fulfill the requirements of the post. In addition to that, Devine was featured in a great deal of advertising. Unlike the typical endorsements of a face, this position went above and beyond what was expected. First campaign assignment that Devine completed was to crash a party in South Carolina that was celebrating the 30th birthday of a loyal fan named Tyler Tills. Celebration was held in honor of both their birthdays. The ceremony was held in Tillis's honor in order to commemorate his birthday. He brought a shot ski and a DJ with him to the party so that he could make sure that the event would be one that people would remember for a very long time. On August 18, 2018, National Rum Day, the campaign was formally launched online with a promotion film that included Devine making a cameo appearance at their house parties. The purpose of the film was to create a Captain's Night in Festive, branded events that gave themed experiences and immersive involvement. An official launch of the campaign took place on the internet. In addition to his talent for the screen, Devine was also a contributor to the production of social content, source of inspiration for activations, and a spark that fueled the experimental energy of the campaign, particularly among younger consumers and social media. He was a source of inspiration for activations. The campaign was recognized in industry rankings in September of 2018, and the spirits industry featured the campaign that was handled by Devine for Captain Morgan as one of the best spirits marketing efforts of August. The campaign was a success. The spirits business has acknowledged both of these accomplishments as being significant. Hallie Eisenberg, the 90s Pepsi girl. Hallie Eisenberg is the name that she was given when she was born on August 2, 1992. Her arrival into the world took place. Towards the end of the 1990s, she was chosen to play the role of the Pepsi girl for Pepsi, a character who had curly hair and cheeks that were dimpled. During that time period, she was featured in a number of advertisements that garnered a great deal of notice. The advertisement in which she places an order for Pepsi at a diner then transitions to a loud male voice dubbed by Joe Pesci, which is a spoof of The Godfather, and exclaims, "We both know I ordered a Pepsi Cola," culminating in a more gentle "thank you" in her own voice, is one of the advertisements that stands out as particularly interesting and memorable. In addition to her, a number of well-known individuals appeared in the advertisements that were being distributed. Aretha Franklin, Faith Hill, Jeff Gordon, and even the renowned baseball player Ken Griffey Jr. were among the superstars who attended this event. Additionally, she was able to watch television when she was with them. It was in the year 2010 that she made the decision to enroll in the International Studies program at American University, and it was in the year 2014 that she ultimately finished her studies there. During one point in time, she'd been working in the acting industry. She became well known as the cherished Pepsi Girl by nostalgia media, which brought attention to the ongoing effect of her advertising. Her advertisements continue to have an effect. Both the well-known advertisements that she had created in the style of The Godfather and the star turns that she had performed were rewatched by viewers. John Travolta, Safeguard Soap. In the beginning of his career, Travolta appeared in a number of supporting roles on Broadway, on television, and in advertisements. These jobs included commercials for companies such as Honda Motorcycles, Band-Aid, and the United States Army. In the early to middle 1970s, and most likely between 72 and 75, when he was between the ages of 18 and 21, Travolta appeared in a commercial for a bath soap called Safeguard. The commercial portrays Travolta and his teammates singing in a shower in the locker room after a basketball game. This is Travolta's debut on-screen exhibition of singing and dancing in a comical situation. A number of retrospectives, including Time magazine, have highlighted this advertisement as one of the most memorable celebrity commercial appearances that occurred prior to stardom. According to reports, Travolta made approximately $70,000 for the advertisement for Safeguard, which was a substantial amount for the early 1970s and was one of his first well-paid engagements in a high-profile role. A few years after the release of Safeguard advertisement in 1975, Travolta's career took off like a rocket. He was a guest star on the popular television series Welcome Back, Kotter. It was in 1977 that he was cast in the classic film role of Danny Zuko in Grease, and it was in 1978 that he gained widespread recognition for his performance in Saturday Night Fever. One of the most noteworthy stepping stones that led to his film debut as a singing and dancing sensation was the Safeguard advertisement, which is generally considered as a notable accomplishment. Travolta's Safeguard commercial is frequently included on lists of celebrity advertisements from before they were famous. This commercial is particularly notable for the fact that it features Travolta in a soapy state when he was younger. Wilson, Mr. Whipple, Charmin commercials. On the 30th of July in 1916, Wilson was born. Before relocating to the United States and becoming a citizen in 1954, he worked as a radio announcer when he was a teenager. He also served in the Royal Canadian Air Force during World War II. He was a member of the United States military. Additionally, he had decades of experience working in the vaudeville theater. In 1964, he was cast in the role of Mr. George Whipple, a grocery manager who was featured in a Charmin campaign that was devised by the agency Benton and Bowles. The slogan for the character, "Please don't squeeze the Charmin," was conceived by copywriter John Chervokas. The advertisements cleverly showed the product's softness by depicting Whipple reprimanding customers for squeezing Charmin rolls, only to do it himself later. The tagline also underlined the product's softness. Between 1964 and 1985, Wilson appeared as Mr. Whipple in more than 500 ads that were shown in the United States and Canada. In 1978, a poll named him as the third most known American, behind only President Richard Nixon and the preacher Billy Graham. He went on to become one of the most recognizable faces in the advertising industry. Despite the fact that Wilson found commercial acting to be tough, with phrases like "you've got 24 seconds to introduce yourself, introduce the product," he felt it to be gratifying enough to continue working in the field for 21 years. Wilson, despite his long-standing fame, was only on set for approximately 12 to 16 days per year, but he earned approximately $300,000 annually for his job as Mr. Whipple, in addition to receiving amenities such as monthly shipments of Charmin tissue. After a gap of 14 years, during which time Charmin switched to utilizing animated bears, Wilson returned to Mr. Whipple in 1999 with advertisements that introduced an improved version of Charmin that were more effective at absorbing urine. "Is Mr. Whipple watching?" became the new tagline for the company. He was presented with a Lifetime Achievement Award by Procter & Gamble in the year 2000 in recognition of his contributions to the brand. Stephanie Courtney, Progressive Flow Lady. A woman named Stephanie Courtney was born on February 8, 1970, in the town of Stony Point, which is located in New York. She's appeared in a number of tiny roles in films and television shows since the year 1998. Some of the films and television shows in which she's appeared include Mr. Show with Bob and David, Mad Men, in which she played Marge, The Goldbergs, in which she played Essie Karp, and Melvin Goes to Dinner in 2003. In the year 2008, she was selected to portray the part of Flo the vivacious and eccentric insurance salesperson for Progressive Insurance, which Arnold brought to life. Arnold was the one who presented the character. Her first appearance was in a series of advertisements that were shown on television, radio, in print, and on digital platforms. She also made her debut in print advertisements. More than 1,000 advertisements featured Flo between the years 2008 and the middle of the 2020s. Flo was featured in these advertisements. At the beginning of 2011, Progressive began introducing Flo's fictitious family, which included her mother, father, brothers, and grandfather. Flo's family was a fake family. As Flo's family, Courtney was the one who played the roles. As part of her preparation for the filming, she spent 45 minutes on her cosmetics and 1 hour on her hair. Her hairstyle was reminiscent of a bygone era. The renowned advertising figure Josephine the Plumber was compared to Flo, and she was referred to as the new hero of the commercial break by a number of newspapers. Flo was also compared to Josephine the Plumber. According to reports, Courtney receives approximately $1 million per year from her performance as Flo in the film of the same name. When exclusive and residual earnings are taken into consideration, it's anticipated that the total annual income will be close to $2 million. She has a net worth that's somewhere between $6 and $7 million, mostly as a result of the deals that she's made over the course of the last 10 years. Timothy "Tim" Williams, the Trivago guy. Timothy was born on August 16, 1966. Early on in his career, he was cast in roles on television shows such as The Sopranos and Law & Order in the late 1990s. These roles were cast throughout his career. In 2001, he moved to Germany, where he immediately established himself as a recurring character in a television series that was produced there. The influence of classic rock was a driving force behind his decision to pursue a career in music, which included playing the guitar. He started a project that was based on Americana country music and later published albums under the same name. In the beginning, he worked for Trivago ads, and more than 30 of those commercials were shown in both the United States and Canada. He went on to become one of the most well-known advertising figures in North America, and through his work, he made a big contribution to the image of the Trivago brand, as well as the company's presence in the market. During the time when Tim was active in the markets of the United States and Canada, other areas made use of various Trivago spokesmen, such as those from the United States and Germany. While Williams was serving as the ambassador for Generation X, Rolling Stone referred to him as the most interesting man in the world. This was in reference to the unique appeal that he maintained in his role. In response to Williams' assertion that the pants that were chosen did not have the capacity to accommodate belts, the design team made the decision to embrace the look. During the month of December 2023, it was reported that Trivago had decided to start rerunning certain adverts that had previously featured Williams. Following that, they had entirely replaced him with advertising that showed a virtual spokesman that was enabled with artificial intelligence. Diane Amos, the Pine Sol woman. Despite having been born in Indianapolis, Diane Amos spent her childhood in San Francisco. In the middle of the 1980s, she began performing stand-up comedy in clubs located in the Bay Area. In addition, she earned thousands of dollars on game shows such as Wheel of Fortune. During the latter parts of the 1980s and early 1990s, Diane began to secure roles in films and television shows. Some of the films and shows in which she appeared were 9 Months, Angels in the Outfield, Patch Adams, Blue Jasmine, and Sweet November. Diane was chosen to be the Pine Sol spokesperson in 1993. She was chosen for this role because of her friendly and genuine presence, as well as her true experience with the product. Her identity was established as a result of this role, which brought her to the attention of the entire nation. During her time with the company, Diane appeared in a large number of advertisements for Pine Sol. She provided valuable cleaning advice, humorous sketches, and the now famous catchphrase which read, "That's the power of Pine Sol, baby." That line was first spoken by her in a television advertisement in 2005, so establishing the tone of the brand for years to come. During the year 2007, she also served as the keynote speaker at the Sister Speak events hosted by Ebony Magazine. These events, which were sponsored by Pine Sol and Clorox, honored women of color who were leaders in their communities and awarded community scholarships. Diane was featured in the Pine Sol Pranked video that was released in 2012. The film received over 1.6 million views and was awarded a Gold Reggie Award in Multicultural Marketing Creativity when it was released in 2013. Additional noteworthy advertisements include the Dirt Dazzler commercial that was released in 2012, as well as multiple digital-first campaigns that targeted contemporary consumers. Morgan Smith-Goodwin, the Wendy's girl. Morgan Smith entered this world on March 29, 1985. The energetic representative for Wendy's was presented to the public in April of 2012 when the firm launched a new advertising campaign under the slogan, "Now That's Better." Morgan was the featured spokesperson for the company. At first, a lot of people thought that Morgan was going to be an adult version of Wendy Thomas. Morgan made the observation that the transformation provided her with a ton of exposure and firmly established her as a face that's easily recognizable. As part of her preparation for the job, she dyed her naturally blonde hair an orangey red color, and she refers to the metamorphosis as a transformation. She made her debut as Red in over 100 national television and radio adverts, promoting a variety of menu items such as the Strawberry Fields chicken salads, the pretzel bacon cheeseburger, and other items. Her first appearance was in these promotions. The marketing team for the brand declared that she was Wendy's most successful commercial endeavor since Dave Thomas, which solidified her position as a contemporary ambassador. They also stated that she was Wendy's most successful ambassador since Dave Thomas. Since Morgan's commercial work helped her become more well-known, she was able to secure gigs in the television industry. Initially, she was cast in the part of Candy Caruso in Veep and Agent Allison Reimer in Messiah. She began her acting career with a role in Boardwalk Empire in 2012 and went on to play recurring roles in both these shows. Despite the fact that the series was not picked up for a second season, the fact that she was cast as a series regular on the relaunch of Coach on NBC in 2015 was a huge step toward mainstreaming the show. In 2016, she not only created and appeared in the web series Whitney and Brittany, but she also wrote, produced, and starred in the comedy short Hey Good Eats, while also producing it. In addition, she was the producer of the short. Thanks for watching Past Paradise, where Hollywood legends come home. If you enjoyed today's look into how much TV commercial actors really made, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Got a star or story you want next? Drop it in the comments. Until then, keep the nostalgia alive. Only on Past Paradise.